Hi, we are at my larger aquaponics system here, and I'm leaning up against my the frame of my roof and that, so nice and comfy actually. So aquaponics is a form of garden therapy, but specifically I wanted to talk about aquaponics and depression, from darkness to growth. Depression is something I've struggled with most of my life, and I'm not going to go into is it chemical or is it emotional. I think there's a combination of everything there, and you need to make sure that if you need help, you do actually get help. Please do. If you need help, get help professionally. It's sad when that doesn't happen. For me, I found aquaponics as an amazing way of helping to brighten my life. In truth, we need to find the light within ourselves. We can't look externally for it. We have to find it within ourselves, and if we've had issues, if we've had trauma or, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, any of the above and all of the above, it causes us to stop looking towards ourselves as a beacon of light, and we start to look externally for validation within life. And that becomes a huge problem, and that is, to me, how depression gets its teeth into us. And it's a horrible feeling of despair, hopelessness, helplessness, all of those words that we hear people say. But when you just feel like, what's the point? Now, as I said, I've been there a lot, and my partner was actually there, my ex-partner, and they killed themselves because they couldn't find that light within themselves. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a real story. It's actually my story. And I didn't have that light within myself. It was dull. It had been turned off, so to speak. And when I discovered and got into the amazing thing of what aquaponics is, I started to find a light again. And the light first started with aquaponics, which is better than looking for an answer within another person, because we can't take their light. It'll never be us. And I don't like to say it was aquaponics that cured my depression or that made my depression better, because it kind of wasn't. It was me that did that. But I found that my aquaponics systems helped me to find their light, and in turn to then find my light within myself. And that's what we need to be able to do. And when we think about an aquaponics system, we're thinking about the water flows through the system. It's always cycling through. We're always here, we're always doing things. But just looking out here, I mean, what you can see is all of this silver bit, which is incredible, but what you can't see, which is over on that section, is the eggplant and the capsicum and the tomato plant that's gone a bit wonky here. It wasn't getting enough sunlight, and I haven't put it where it needs to go. So let's just root the out now, and it may or may not have enough support strength-wise to grow. But it's going to do the best it can, and I can support it in the best way possible. Anyway, when I was building and rebuilding and pulling apart and rebuilding all the aquaponic systems all those years ago, I started to see an opportunity. I started to think about the waste was removed. All of that, the fish poop is removed. Those negative thoughts of mine, are they helpful? No? Okay. Maybe I can remove them. Maybe I can replace them. I started seeing how the water that's got constant fertilizer from the fish is providing amazing nutrients for the veggies. What would happen if I started to give myself mental nutrients? I'm awesome. I'm incredible. I can do this. I am worthy. I am worthwhile. And then it went to a different level of seeds. I'd be planting the seeds, and I'd be amazed at watching how small they were and how big they grew. And I could see an incredible light. And incidentally, when I did the same in the soil gardens, it kind of didn't work for me. When you're renting, you can't always have soil gardens, and not every seed germinates. But they've got more chance, especially I forget to water everything. I'm working with a water garden, so everything's watered. But I would be seeing these seeds sprout, you know, they'd germinate, they'd grow, and they would grow into big veggies. And you've seen the other videos like the Big Tomato. I grow everything from seed. Amazing, isn't it, that we can do that? And when we take it back and we don't just look at it as a food source, but we go, how can this reflect me? I'm in a dark space. If I stay in a dark space, I'm never going to be able to grow. So if I stay in that negative mindset of I'm useless, I'm worthless, I can't do this, we're going to stay in that victim mindset. And I've been there. I'm not having a go at that. But if you don't get out of it and you don't find a way, and you're the only one who can find a way. Others can inspire you, but you need to find your light, and everybody has it. It's just been extinguished. I found my light with aquaponics, and I found a way of looking at that and going, if I replicate my aquaponics system on a mental level for me, I too can flourish. And I found a passion within me that I did not know existed. I didn't think it was even possible, frankly. And it is. It is amazing and it is incredible that we could do that. And that is who we are. We all have that. But often it's been extinguished by someone else who's intimidated or trying to put us down, or that's their shit. Sorry, but it's their shit. We need to take control of our stuff. No one else can ignite that flame in you again. Only you can, but they can inspire you in different ways. Or you can have an aquaponic system of a different size and start to replicate it and see how you can then flourish. Just a different way of looking at life, but that's what worked for me.